What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to the final live trading session of the week, Friday, August 15th. Gonna go through these pairs one by one, see what's left, see what's nothing left. Hey, you? We're still uptrending. Turn that off. ACAD. We're still on an uptrend. We wanted to see price break these lows. We haven't gotten that yet, so gonna skip over ACAD. Also want to put emphasis on whether we have news or not today. Again, it is Friday. We do have Euro news or Euro bank holiday today. Let's see. Yeah, we have Euro bank holiday today. We have USD news at 8:30 and at 10. So we'll give the market a little bit. Euro pairs, we're gonna skip those. The bank holiday. We're also trading in peak high territory for Euro AUD. For Euro CAD, we're in peak high territory as well. We're trading at the highs, so I'm not really interested in taking any of these trades. Euro USD gave us a nice little retest of the daily engulfing and just continued that push back to the top side. Which again, following structure the entire time. Price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high. Gave us a higher low to continue back up to the top side. GA is just consolidating again after 3 days of rise. The market must move sideways or go down. And we're moving sideways. So GA, we're going to skip over that. GCAD, same thing. We're trading at the highs. Not really going to be trading this. GJ gave us another inducement of the high and came back down. Right, we're looking for price to break over the 30-minute time frame. We're looking for price to give us a break of the 4-hour time frame, and all we had was inducement candles. All we had was exhaustion candles, and then on the 30-minute time frame, we could see that. Right, we could see that price was just inducing these 30-minute highs this entire time. Could we sit here and say that this is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high for price to go into a lower low? I don't like saying that, right? I would want to just say that all of this is part of the same structure and this was higher high, this is still higher low, right? And price is just still trapped in these highs, right? Between these highs and lows. What I also do like about GJ, but again, I really wouldn't be looking for a trade here. At this point, I'm pretty sure STP's already been hit. We do have an engulfing candle here, right? However, again, understanding the fact that we are trading between these zones here, right? You guys can now see, well, okay, cool. Why would I take a sell position at the bottom of the area where price has rejected before multiple times? Right? There's no point. I'm either going to be looking for trades here, right? Or I'm going to be looking for a trade after the fact that price gives us a break and a retest to continue back down to the bottom. But taking a trade at the bottom in an area where price has already rejected before, this entry would be a very low probability and high risk trade. Very low probability and very high risk. There's just no point in taking that trade. Right? It's the same thing that we saw yesterday on US 30. The exact same thing. Right? It's the same thing that we've been seeing in the last couple of weeks on Euro AUD. Right? The last couple of days, it's just the exact same thing. It's just rinse and repeat. Right? The same thing that I was looking for on EA is the same thing that I'll be looking for on GJ. The exact same thing. Right? So we'll come back to GJ so you guys can see that area. GU did end up giving us a nice little type 1 pattern. Right? We drew this out yesterday of what we thought was going to happen. Did exactly what we said was going to happen. Only thing, I would have loved to have seen a steeper pullback. Just a little bit steeper here on the 30-minute time frame. But regardless, I mean, it's doing exactly what it needs to be doing. So let's see. Let's delete the drawings for a second. Let's see if there's any engulfing candles, anything that we could take back to the top side. Right, we know that GU gave us a little 4th day variation, 4th day push variation back to the top side. 3 days of rise, on the 3rd day gave us a rise drop. We could be expecting the 4th day push today to give us a new high. So when we look at the candles, we have a red, green, but the red candle has a top wick, yes. Does it have a bottom wick? No, so this is not a valid engulfing candle. We go to the 15-minute, we have red, green, but again, green candle doesn't have a bottom wick, red candle doesn't have a top wick, so that's not valid. We have another one here, but that red candle does not have a bottom wick, so it's not a valid engulfing candle. Then we have another one here, but green candle didn't close above, so that's not an engulfing candle. We have one on the 5-minute time frame, right? Which that one could be pretty good. But at this point on the 5-minute time frame, I also want to start seeing lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? Let's say this is the same low. It wouldn't change the fact, right? We would say that this is still change of character, right? This is the change and we're looking for a break. And the break would happen here. And we have a 5-minute engulfing candle here. Right, so this wouldn't be a bad one. What pairs is GU? Wouldn't be a bad one to keep an eye on. We'll be looking for a clean break, a valid break. Once we get a valid break here, which again would be another green candle that closes above the wicks without touching the break of structure line, that would be the valid break. So GU will keep it on. We'll continue to look at it. Okay, we'll keep an eye on GJ. NZD USD is just still stuck in this huge zone of consolidation, so we're gonna skip over that. US 30 gave us nice pushes to the top side, right? We have 3 days of rise. We have a gap that we know resets the trend. So price could technically continue this push to the top side. On a lower time frame, we can see that price is wanting to give us a little shoulder head shoulder. And if we go down to the 15, maybe the 5-minute, let's see. See how clean this looks. Not really that clean. 15 looks a little better, but 5-minute has a little bit more structure that we could look at, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came down, gave us a little change of character, lower low inducement. So if price doesn't break these lows, then even though we have this gap here, I wouldn't be expecting price to go down. Now, I would love for price to go down, right? Would love for price to go down. Give us a nice little pullback. But I need to see another entry confirmation again, just like yesterday, right? Like the entry confirmation that we took started happening after 1 p.m., right? Which was beautiful. Now, if I see the same thing today happen before that time, then perfect. We know we could take that trade, go back down to the bottom. However, if the rules do not apply, if the rules aren't being shown, I can't take a trade earlier, right? Because it showed it yesterday again. Even though price went up, US 30 is known to hunt stop losses. If you get into a trade early, you're done. It has to be right on time. So you just gotta wait for the rules to apply. Once the rules are shown, then you take the trade. And that's what we're gonna do, man. I'm in no rush, as I've been saying all week, right? There's no rush. There's no need to rush when you're trading. Right? This is all about reading the markets, looking at your rules. Are your rules being followed? Yes, you take a trade. If your rules aren't being followed, then take a step back, come back again the next day. USD CAD's another one I'm not really trading. We're just gonna skip this. Oh, ZAR. ZAR. It's another one I'm gonna skip over. Gold. We're stuck in the zone of consolidation. I do like that we are rejecting lows here, so we could technically look for another trade. We'll keep an eye on gold for sure. Bitcoin. What I don't like about Bitcoin is the fact that we're trapped in an area where we have two different engulfing candles, right? We have a daily engulfing candle over here at the highs where price is tapping into now, right? Which if you want to see what the daily engulfing looks like, and we'll get it a little smaller as well real quick, right? We have a daily engulfing candle, green, green, red, closed below, gave us a retest, but we also have a 4-hour engulfing candle at these lows, right? Which again, we could just see that price here. We just zoom out, right? On a higher time frame, we're just trapped in a huge zone of consolidation where price is rejecting lows, rejecting highs, just trapping traders going both ways. Trapping traders thinking that price was going to continue to go short after the break to go back up to the highs to hit your stop losses. Then everybody who thought that these were going to be the breaks to continue, price came back down, hit your stop losses, right? And now in the lower time frame, we could see that price is in an area where we're just going to be trapping traders from these highs to these lows, right? So I'm going to get away from these trades. And again, if I don't see a break of structure or a change of character and then a break of structure, then I'm not taking a trade, right? If we get price, right? Price gave us a change of character. If price gives us a valid break of these lows, not an inducement, a valid break, then we know we could take these trades back down. But if price gives us an inducement of these lows and somehow also taps into this 4-hour engulfing, then we know that price is going to go back up to the top side. Right, so Bitcoin, I'm just going to skip over it. I'm not going to be trading again. Once we get out of this area where market makers are just trapping traders, then I'll start taking trades again. So again, I'm either waiting for price to break to then continue going short, or I'm going to be looking for price to go down, give us an inducement of the low to then continue. And again, it's a very similar trade to what we did on EA, and the same trades that EA has been giving for the last couple days. Right? Once we got the inducement of the low, we go back up. If we would have had a break, then we know price was going to go back down. Same thing at the highs. At the highs, we're either going to get a break or an inducement. We got the inducement, came back down to the bottom. Same thing, we got the inducement of the low to go back up to the highs. Same thing from the highs, going back down to the bottom. Same thing yesterday, an inducement of the low, go back up to the top. Right? So it's just, again, the same thing every single time you step on the chart. Just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And then oil gave us a nice little 30-minute engulfing candle last night during the isolation session. It stayed in here for a couple hours, right? It ended up giving us the move at 1:30 and it printed at 10 o'clock. So, it's all good. Again, I really wasn't expecting price to really respect the engulfing candles. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let price do what it has to do. And I still don't really like it. I still don't. Again, yeah, we're still trading lower low, lower high, lower low. This could be the lower high, but again, just understanding that on a higher time frame, we're trading at the lower low. After price had given us the break of the zone of consolidation, we're trading at the lower low. I am still expecting price to give us a steeper pullback, back to the top side. So once we get that move, I'll start looking to take entries again. These little small trades are just that. It's just little pullbacks in the structure. Right, so nothing wrong with taking this trade, right? If you took this trade, congratulations. Look to get out of that trade ASAP. But again, I am still expecting a steeper move back to the top side to then go back down to the bottom. So oil will skip over. So the only pairs really left for us for today. Gonna keep an eye on gold. We'll see if price wants to reject these lows to go back to the top side. What I'm looking for here are engulfing candles, nothing on the daily, nothing on the 4, nothing on the 1 hour, nothing on the 30-minute. And I'm not going to go lower than the 30. We could go to the 15, but 15-minute on gold is kind of sketchy. And all the EMAs are still looking down as well. And the 4-hour looks down. Daily is the only one that's still up, but we're in the zone of consolidation, and we're in the middle of it too. Yeah. 4 hours still down, 1 hour still down, 30 minutes still down, 15 minutes still down as well. So got a little bit of waiting to go before we could really take these trades. US 30 kind of similar. Not really comfortable taking these positions just yet. You know, price can make it easier. If we could go down to the 5-minute, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high. We had the change of character on the 5-minute time frame. Let's go ahead and delete that real quick. All right, we know that we're trading on the change of character. So again, the easiest trade is going to be if price gives us a valid break after the change of character, right? If price could do that, then perfect. We'll go back down. But again, if price comes down and gives us a rejection of the low instead and then goes back up, we know price is just going to continue that uptrend. So still got a little bit of waiting to go on US 30 to tell us what it wants to do. GU, we're waiting for price to give us a valid break and then a potential retest of that engulfing candle. Did we get a valid break? Right, testing, 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 green candle, boom. Did we close above? No. We closed below the wick. Still a testing candle, testing candle. We still got a little bit to go on GU. We'll keep this here on the 5-minute time frame. And then the last pair that we are keeping an eye on is GJ. Again, GJ does have this engulfing, but I'm pretty sure GJ already hit STP. Let's take a look real quick. 151 minus 33% is 101 pips for today, and this already gave us 110. So GJ's already done for the day. That's what I thought. I'm like, yo, GJ already hit STP. Right, so we'll keep an eye on GJ going into next week. So right now we'll just focus on GU, US 30, and gold. US 30 we're looking for a break. Gold we're pretty much just waiting for price to turn around. We're still on a downtrend. Right, we'll see what it wants to do at these lows. It did give us an inducement already of the lows last night, right before the Asia session started. When we're looking at structure, we have lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price gave us a change of character, higher high here. Right, we're trading between this low and this high. So, you know, the easiest trade, there's going to be two ways we could go at this. Price either has to come back down to these lows, right, and give us an inducement of this low to then go back to the top side, or I need to see price give us a break of these highs, a valid break of these highs. Right, so I'm either going to take a trade here once we get the inducement, or we'll take a trade after price gives us a break retest to then continue back to the top side. It's the only two areas where I could take a trade on gold. Everything in the middle between this high and this low, we're asking to be trapped. So we'll keep an eye on gold on the 5-minute. We'll keep an eye on GU on the 5-minute. Again, before we get a pullback, I want to see a valid break of the highs. Without a valid break, there's no trade. So we'll keep an eye on GU, like I said. Any other pairs that you guys are looking at, let me know. If not, we'll just be sitting here for a little bit, just waiting for price to do what it has to do. Any questions at all, guys? Any other pairs in specific that you guys are looking at, let me know. Again, the pairs I'll be looking at for right now is GU and gold. Looking at GU to give us a valid break of these highs on the 5-minute, give us a little pullback. Then we'll look for a trade. And then for for gold, sorry, we're looking for the same thing, right? Either an inducement to go back or a break of the highs to continue. And then on US 30, we're looking for a valid break on the 5-minute time frame as well to continue this downtrend to fill that gap up that we had at the start of the session for today. So again, just gotta wait a little bit for these pairs to develop a little bit more, and then we'll really see what price wants to do. So any questions so far, let me know. If not, we're just gonna be chilling here. Year was Goody Muhammad. What's on the watch list? Looking at GU, wanting to see a break after the change of character on the 5 minute time frame. Want to see this valid break. We have a nice little engulfing candle here, but again, just waiting for a break to happen. We got gold in this little zone of consolidation as well. Also gave us a nice little change of character, looking for a valid break of the highs. But for gold, there's really two areas. I'm either going to be looking for price to give us an inducement of the low to then continue, or I'll be looking for price to give us a break to then continue. And then we got US 30, pretty much very similar. We have this gap at the bottom, but again, I'm not really, again, the correlation of the different pairs. If gold is going up, I would be expecting 30 to go down. If 30 goes down, I'd be expecting GU to go down. So right now they're all just kind of moving opposite. But again, that's been the common theme for the last couple weeks, where the correlations of different pairs, they just really haven't been playing out. So we'll be looking for, end of the day, for price to follow the rules. If price follows the rules of structure, then I'll take a trade. Um, I'll take into consideration how these other pairs are moving, and then we'll go on from there. End of the day, could 30 continue higher without closing this gap? Absolutely. The only thing I don't really like about 30 is the fact that we're trading at the higher highs. This is the highest point in the market already. On the daily time frame and on the 4-hour time frame, I want to see a clean break of these highs. We still haven't gotten it, right? On the daily time frame, we're still inducing the highs, still testing the highs. On the 4-hour time frame, again, same thing. We're still just testing these highs. We don't have a clean break just yet. If we could get another 4-hour candle to close above this green candle here and close above the wick, then that'll be the break. But right now, we're still just inducing the highs. And the 30-minute, obviously, we did get a nice little break. But we still gotta wait for the 4-hour and the daily time frame. And then again, not only that, we have 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. The fact that we do have gaps in the market resets the trends. So again, could price go higher? Absolutely. But we'll see. Right, again, the overall move is really gonna be on the 4-hour and the daily time frame. If we could get a valid break of these highs, we know we'll go higher. But if price continues to do what it's doing now and just test these highs, then we know we can go back down with it. So we'll see what happens. Uh, got out of a 3-hour class. GJ gave a nice trade, but I didn't take it. I didn't like the structure. Yeah, GJ has been doing pretty good. Let's go back to it. What we've been talking about, right, for the entire time. Again, it's very simple. Like we even talked about this yesterday, right, last night. It's like we know we're trapped in a zone of consolidation. You have an easy trade at the highs, going short at the short. You have a nice, if it rejects the lows, you have price to go back up. So it's really not difficult, man. GJ is in an area where you could play with it. You gotta babysit the trades, absolutely, but it's a pretty nice clean, right? Especially yesterday after the inducement, Asia session came back up, went straight down to STP. STP's already been hit, so I'm not too worried about GJ anymore for today. I'll wait this out for next week. But hasn't been too much lately, man. Hasn't been too much. Just gonna wait for price to give us these confirmations. We'll go on from there. Let's see if we can finally get a break. We're just getting a lot of inducement candles, so. Gave the 30-minute engulfing before SCP, but it didn't retest. Yeah. That's been the common theme this week. There's a few pairs like that. They'll give some nice engulfing candles, but just missed it by a few pips. Hopefully next week got something clean. Long overdue, way long overdue, man. I do hope so. And think about it. And then I think Trump is going to Russia today, or not Russia. I think he's going to Alaska today. Um, that's funny. Oh, brother. Crazy work out of TikTok for that. This G setup, what would you rate it? Right now, F. Wouldn't even. I wouldn't even bite to take this. Everything is just F about it. There's really nothing good about it, right? GU, we know we're trading at a higher high, right? Price reached the higher high, which is these highs over here that we were in, right? The previous structure high that we were having the higher time frame. Um, so it's not really good at all. Like I would rate it a F. We'll get it a F plus. Not even a B or C. Nah, this is a F. This is not a B. This is definitely not a B, and it's definitely not a C. Because at least with a B or C setup, you could like take an impulse, whatever, right, and still have like a little bit of room for error. But no, GU is just ugly, man. GU again, it's we're sitting in an area where we're trading at a higher high, right? We're sitting in areas where price has rejected highs before, right? So again, it's the same thing we always talk about in every single stream. Like, why would I be looking for a buy position in an area where price has rejected before, multiple times, right? Now again, for GU's case right now, again, very similar to EU, very similar to the other pairs. It's like I am expecting a steeper pullback, right, to give us higher high into a higher low. Could this be the accumulation phase where we think that this is the higher low to continue into a higher high, traps all the traders thinking that price is going to go higher here and then continues to dump and give us another lower low push down to the bottom? It could be. And that looks like what's happening, because again, if you go to the 4 hour, we have inducement candles, we have exhaustion candles. If you go to the 30-minute time frame again, like, yeah, we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We're still trading um at these highs. I would have said something a lot different. I would have given this a C or a B if price would have given us a break of these highs. The fact that price gave us not only the inducement but again exhaustion candles and then just plummeted back down, that's one thing that I would say it doesn't look good. Now, the fact that we're still respecting the overall structure, again, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, it's still good. But now when we're looking at it on the lower time frame, right, when we're looking at how price is moving and where price is moving, okay, the one thing I would say, the good thing is that we're trading lower low, lower high, lower low. We're on the 800 to respect the 800, and it gave us a change of character, right? So now it's like, all right, cool. If price gives us a break, a valid break, a retest to continue, all right, we could sit here and say, all right, this turns into a C setup if we could get that break, right? And we'll just take this trade just straight back to the top side, right? Straight back to these highs. I wouldn't even look at STP. I wouldn't look at if STP is more than this, I wouldn't take it. If STP is less than this, then I'll take it with STP, right? If not, I'm just targeting the highs that price rejected in the past. So it's really not like an A plus setup. It doesn't look good, right? And again, when we're looking at the other pairs that it correlates to, when we look at US 30, when we look at EU, right? US 30 doesn't look like it wants to go up, right? US 30 looks like it wants to go down, especially with this gap. But again, it's the same thing. Like this setup is also not even a C setup. Why? Because we're trading at a higher high. We're trading at the highest point in the market. We still don't have a daily break. We still don't have a 4-hour break. These are all just still inducement candles, right? Exhaustion candles. So it's like the same thing. Like, do I think price is going to continue this push to the top side? I can't say yes or no to that until we get a valid break. If we get a valid break, we're going to continue. If we don't get a valid break and it's just inducements, then again, we just have to wait for price to start moving in that direction. Right? We have to wait for the change of character. After the change of character, we want to see a break of structure. If we could get a valid break of structure, we know price is going to go down, is going to fill this gap back down to the bottom. Right? And again, the correlation between these pairs, if 30 is going down, we know GU is going to go down. Right? And then vice versa for gold, we know that gold is going to go up. And right now, gold looks like the best pair out of the three. Right? We're still at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. It gave us the inducement. The only thing that's missing is that 5-minute break at the highs. If we could get that 5-minute break of the high, especially above the 800, this turns from a C setup to a B plus. The only thing that's killing gold is the fact that we don't have any 30-minute structure. All of this is internal 5-minute structure, and we're trapped in a zone of consolidation, and we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. So really just about waiting for the right things to happen. Right? Waiting for the confirmations. Once we get the confirmations, we take the trade, and then we go on from there. Yo, yo, like, how would I even react to that question? That's crazy. I gotta go take a piss. I'll be right back, guys. Again, any questions, let me know. I'll be right back. Alright, no questions in the chat, no problem. Everybody sleep today, man. I know Fridays usually nobody really trades, so. Oh. Here was good, Ikanto. My bad, I went to the bathroom real quick. Had to take a piss. Swiper, no swiping.
yo.
Yo, I think I muted him. Yo,
Yo.
it's goody.
Nothing much. Oh, have you had a look at US 30 or no?
Yep.
Are you in it already or no?
Nope. Waiting for a break to happen on the 5 minute.
Okay, thank you. There's the phone down there. Let me see what all we got, man. uh, get my ear itchy. Damn, hot breakfast.
The what?
Little breath. Your breath is hot.
Nah.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta change the character to the downside. Let's see. Yeah, man, I wasn't even able to update my charts. Fuck with that lady. And today's arrived, no gaps with the price open. with the gap. So this push, I mean, it's put, I mean, yeah, we do have the gap shoot.
Dude, this dude Sugar is hilarious, bro.
Who was that?
There's some COD player that does S&D, and I don't. The first time I seen him was like maybe like a month ago. I just sent you his video, but like he be posting videos, him recording on his phone, his like screen, his recording of when he shits on people, and his commentary over it is just hilarious, bro. Like I wish I would have thought of doing shit like this.
Yo, where did you send it on?
On X.
Oh, I actually just deleted that shit last night. I think. Oh, I'm on the phone. I did. Me trying to guard Angel Reese in post. Hold on. No, about if Sugar's was a killer, he a cold-blooded killer. Jesus. They got 100,000 earned from playing. Oh, just straight wagers?
Wagers, tournaments, yeah. But these guys play like high roller trials and shit too. It's like they're playing for
Ah,
500, 100, 1,000. But
okay.
yeah, that's all they do though. It's literally all they do.
That's great. Gee.
GU gave the inducement of the low. Right, gave a little hit your stop loss if you got in early before waiting for the break. Still not
Wait,
a still not a clean break though.
I said we had rise bounce on you.
The what?
Jumper.
Thank you.
I said we had a rise bounce on you. I just didn't have the chance to mark it up. That damn girl from the other day with meat riding, bro.
do, 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 do.
Slightly at the change.
Alright, chart, come on. Load the fucking 5-minute time frame, please. You can hear me, right?
Yeah. What if stuff not loading?
I don't know.
Wait, go back to your G. You try it again, please. Because I think it's doing that same thing again that it was doing on USD CAD. Hey, is that first low lower than the second one? Yeah, it is. Ah, why is it so loud? No. Oh, okay, I understand. Has STP been hit on GU though?
No, not yet.
61. Oh, we got a little room. A little room.
This could give us an engulfing candle on the 15, but
Gee, it's
don't really
funny
like
actually.
that.
Nigga just falling in his sleep.
57 pip stop. No way I'm using that.
Talk about no. You gotta have a 100 pip stop, man.
Nah, no thanks.
TP one hit, 200 pips.
Yeah. I fucking 1-to-1 trade catching 200 pips. I'd kill myself, man. Why aren't the charts loading? Oh. Man. It's the world that I wanna be next to you.
Yeah, the only thing that I really don't like about US 30 is USD CAD is still doing that same thing from yesterday where they're moving in the same direction.
Bro, trading view is on some stupid shit. Just not loading. GU is still testing the highs. US 30 still testing the lows. Gold, gold, gold.
This nigga.
Charts just aren't loading, man.
Mine moving. It's fine. You have everything open? The OBS is that still running now?
Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube.
That's probably why it's not loading, because you're streaming on Discord too. In your
Am I
Discord
streaming on
stream.
Discord? Oh.
Yeah, you are. Take the lows now.
Yeah, USD CAD is still pushing down too. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what I've been told. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. I'm gonna play some fucking chess, man.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that earlier, but I still had to mark up my charts. I don't work today, but if a shift opens up, I may take it. Oh, you're showing my voice on YouTube.
The what?
You're sharing my voice on
I can't
YouTube.
really hear you. You're mad low. Turn you
You're
up
sharing
again.
my voice on YouTube.
I think so, yeah. Talk
Yeah.
real quick. Yeah, I am. I can mute it. You're good. Oh shit, my bad. I started one. I didn't fucking hear you because your mic is like literally sounds like you're talking out of a potato.
Who sound like you're talking out of a potato?
And now it sounds like you're talking out of a toaster, but at least I could hear you.
No, it sounds like you're talking out of a toaster, but at least I could hear
Alright, buddy.
you. You're talking out of a toaster, Kindle. Kindle. Talking out of a toaster, man.
Talking out of a microwave.
I'll put you in a microwave.
What the fuck? You could try, bud.
Put you in a microwave, buddy.
Okay, bud.
Yeah, you like.
Okay, I'm stupid for that fucking play, man. Why would I do that? Yeah, you could tell I just woke up. My brain is fried for that. Damn, bro, what the fuck was that I just did? That was just stupid. I'm about to abort this. Here, fuck it, resign. Get me out of here. I threw that shit. Alright. I sent you the game invite.
Okay. Wait, why does it say I'm playing? Hold on. Can you resend it, buddy? I don't like being called buddy. I can hear it, but I'm not getting it. Wait, maybe because I have multiple chess games open. I'm gonna send you an invite. How about that? Play a friend. what somebody said in the chat yesterday.
Oh, Muhammad. Gold gave for the minute in golfing. Yeah, I was looking at it, but I'm not too worried about that one just yet. Still low probability. I need to see a valid break before I look for an entry here. Just waiting it out. There's pretty much the only two things that I'm looking for, either inducement to the lows to continue or I'm looking for a break to continue. Everything in the middle, especially because we're in the middle of a zone of consolidation on a higher time frame, on every single time frame we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. I'm not gonna get into a trade early. So yeah, I was looking at it, but again, it's low probability. I need to see price either give us the inducement to then continue, or I need to see a break to then continue. And we still don't have a break on GU, and we still don't have a break on US 30. So wait it out.
We got to 8:30, 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Hmm. Damn, bro. It's really not shit that I could fucking do here. Blues Clues. Blues Clues. Okay. Autobot to roll out. I could do some nut shit, right? And I could do something like. Because I gotta checkmate you somehow. The only way I checkmate you is if I trap your king. The only way I get to trap your king is if I put you in a corner that you can't see. Now you would think, damn, that was a horrible play. But then you would be like, maybe not. Fuck it. Checkmate. The mate has been checked. Have you been checked, mate? I'm looking at the charts real quick. GU still hasn't given us the break. US 30 still hasn't given us a break. Still waiting for a valid break. And then gold still in this range. Hmm. If you play this correctly, you could really checkmate me already.
Man, it's so hard for him to check.
See, Muhammad, if you would have taken this trade straight to stop loss, man, they don't care. Straight to
U.S. oil
stop
prices.
loss. I don't care about
U.S.
oil.
oil gave an engulfing candle
I don't care
at
about
night.
oil.
What?
I don't care about oil.
I didn't ask, nigga. I was just telling you.
Oh, well, you got 2 minutes. Lock in. Thank you, sir. Hold on before we start another one. Would have moved the castle to trap the king from both sides. Too many moves, man. Yeah, facts. Took me a minute to see that, but yeah. Alright. We already hit STP for today, though, no? I think I saw that earlier today. Yeah. There was the 30-minute engulfing from last night. That's the one that really played out, but I didn't want to see that trade there. I want to see a steeper pullback on oil. So I'm not too worried about what's going on right now in oil.
I was just saying we had an engulfing candle, man. What's that? The
Yeah.
one from last night. I didn't have a chance to look at the charts.
Yeah. 30 is still waiting for the break. We did not get that valid engulfing candle. Gold is still in the zone of consolidation. And then GU, we're still waiting for price to either give us that break to continue, or we're gonna wait for price to give us the break of the lows. We got the inducement of the low. We'll see. What time is it? 9:27. We got 7 minutes for that 30-minute candle. We have news at 10, if I'm not mistaken, and then it was supposed to be at like 1 o'clock, but I think they changed it for the president to talk in Alaska. So we'll see what the fuck happens. After 10, I'll be out of the charts. At this point, price is just waiting for news. Yeah, it's the regular. Again, it's Friday. Usually on Fridays, if there's no news, this is what we'll be seeing. Just a lot of consolidation, a lot of choppiness, just trapping traders going long and going short. Um, so yeah, on a Friday like today where we actually do have news, that's all the markets is waiting for. They're just waiting for that news to hit, trap traders, then they'll make the move after the news. So again, it's nothing new. Happens every week. All right, I sent you a rematch. Oh no, I can't. You're in the game. Let me know when you finish with that game. God damn it. What am I? Oh, I'm black. Okay. G5. Oh, I don't know what the hell's the better move here. Cause if I do this, right, it doesn't really do nothing. If I do this, or if I do this, I'm done here. Right? If I do this, he could get me down. So what is the better move? The better move I would say would be, yo, boom, take this guy out. That's a lot of moves though. And if I do this, again, I'm blocking myself. So there's really not a lot of moves that I could do. Um, Again, I could do something like this, but then he got me. Let's see this. It's a better move. Alright, let's see. Fuck. Where would I go? I don't know. This is difficult. Let's try something. No, I wouldn't do this because he would get me here. He would get me here. He'd get me here. I can't do this because he'd get me here. I could do this. Open up the map, but no, there's nothing. What the fuck is the better move? Alright, let's figure this out. Who's calling me? Yo, I can't fucking believe this, dude. Like, why is that the correct move, though? There's fucking literally nothing I could do there. Got it. That makes sense. I just have to bait my fucking. Just gotta bait myself. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. 30's baiting the 5-minute lows again. Gold gave us a crazy wick. GU going back to the top side. Still testing. See what 9:30 does. What time's the news? I forgot. 10 o'clock? Yep, so at this point we'll have to wait till, well, we'll see what 9:45 does. If by 9:45 we don't get a move, we'll wait till 10:15, wait for the news to hit, and then we'll go on from there. You fucked up moving that piece there. It's too early. You have no defense. So you either gotta sacrifice and I'll get you back and then I'll get you back again, or you move back, bro. Go back home. Yeah, that's what I thought. Stupid. You had 10 million other plays that were better than whatever the fuck that was. Gonna bait him out. Good horsey. GU gave us another inducement of the highs. Gold still pushing down. Then US 30 melted. Wait for price to give us a valid break. Yo, yo. I'm always leaving this fucking piece open, man. Every single fucking time. Making it harder for myself every single time. What's crazy? I didn't think about that move. It's kind of crazy out of me. All good. Like it's crazy. I was trying to not sacrifice a piece, but either way, I ended up sacrificing every single piece I needed to sacrifice. Fuck it. You're being a pain in my ass. Yeah, I wanted to try that out to see if I could checkmate you there, but that didn't work. Kind of stupid because now I just wasted a fucking move for no reason. All good. You had a better move there, by the way, instead of doing that. Yeah. Oh shit! I thought I was playing against you for. I'm bugging. I'm playing some random dude. I'm tweaking. Anyway, this guy just made a fucking stupid ass play. All good. That we played, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this guy doesn't know how to checkmate either. I mean, he did a really good job of playing defense, but fuck, man. I also made a stupid ass play a little bit ago. Like at this point, doesn't matter what move I make. I can make this move here, but I'm fucked here. I can make this move here. Just play aggressive. Or I could just really, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I need to make my move. Doesn't matter what move I make, I'm fucked. I can make this move here. I could just be in the same spot, just play aggressive. There you go, fucking idiot. It's about time. You checkmate me. There you go, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I could also do something like this. Why can't I move this here? Who would have me? Move in. Your pawn. Yep, there you go. You have to move your rook, buddy. Your rook, buddy. There you go. Dude, this guy is awful at the video game. Brother, go up, go here. You would have checkmated me. Instead, you're trying to move your fucking pieces to victory. Crazy work. Then we'll draw if you do that. So, draw, that's it. It's the only play that you got. Oh my god, this guy. This guy's a dweeb. Holy guy. There you go. Alright. Looking for a valid break on the 5 minute. Still testing. Want to see a break below here. Then a retest. Have a nice little 30-minute engulfing brewing up in the next 11 minutes. If we could get price to give us the break, right, on the 5 minute, then on the 30-minute. At this point, I don't believe we'll get a pullback this deep anymore. This is a very steep pullback. But if we could get a valid break, and if price gives us a nice engulfing candle, which we don't have one in the 5 minute, on the 1 minute we don't have one either. We had one here before the push. Could have been a nice little impulse trade on the 1 minute, but again, if we want to follow our rules to the T, take the 8+ setup, I need to see that break of structure happen first. Since we never got that break, we still don't have that trade. Got 10 seconds left to see if price wants to give us this valid break. We just need a candle to close below the wick. Right, it's not touching the break line. We got 3 seconds. 2, 1. Did we break below? Yes, we did. Cool. Now I'll be looking for a pullback. If you get a nice little pullback, we'll have that trade back to the bottom. Now for gold, I want to see price, same thing, inducement to the lows to go high, but I want to see an engulfing candle print to then continue. And then for GU, oh, GU is breaking highs, indeed. Testing, oh shit. Right, testing. We wanted to see price break these highs over here, and we got the break. So GU is a little different than US 30, right? US 30 looks like it wants to continue that downtrend, but GU looks like it wants to go up. And again, the correlation between these pairs is kind of crazy that usually pairs that move the same are moving completely different, right? If you would have taken this trade on GJ after STP's already hit, you would have went straight to stop loss. Then EU is still pushing up, so fuck, man. We'll see. At this point, I'm pretty sure price will just fill this gap up, and then just from the looks of all these other pairs, we're just gonna fucking keep flying. Then looking at the correlation of the other USD CAD, we're still at the bottom. ZAR, we're still pretty much at the bottom, so we'll be patient, man. And we got news at 10, so I'm not gonna be looking at any trades till 10:15. You still in the game? Mm. 4 minutes. Yeah. What a fucking play. What happened? I'll open up with a fat ass cap. Yeah. Alright. Gotta lock it in, man. That's what I'm saying. You gotta lock it in so you can stop going to fucking the fields, man. That too. Mm-hmm. BBC. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know anything about that, to be honest. Kind of tragic. You want to compare? Turn the face cam on. I got you. The guy's a little shy. He won't work right now. Did we get the break? Yeah, we got the break on the 5 minute. Gold open up with a scary ass gap. Yeah. Oh, I have to reconnect it. Cause on OBS I can't have OBS on and the facecam on in Discord at the same time. BBL Drizzy. Damn, bro. I did not want to see a 5 minute engulfing. No. The stop loss placement's a little bit bigger. And yeah. I don't want to get in on that 5 minute engulfing. If it goes lower to if it taps into the 1 minute, I'll get in on the 1 minute, but I'm not gonna get in on the 5 minute. Yeah, she's gonna go straight. Yeah, gonna go straight up. Straight fucking down. See what happens here. I don't I don't like it. We have fucking crazy exhaustion candles. Like, yeah, we had the break and the change on the 5, but bro, just candlestick analysis on everything else. Like, yeah, I like that we're at a higher low. Yeah, I like that we're above the 50. Like, yeah, I like that the EMAs are above. Like, everything looks like it's uptrending. Right, we have the change in the break on the 5 minute, but these exhaustion candles are insane. On top of everything else, fact that 30 is still pushing down, like the good thing is that we have that gap at the top now. It's like, could price just be tapping into these areas to go back up again on US 30? Like, fuck, man. And then again, the fact that we have that gap on gold on the downside is the same thing. Like, yo, are these pairs going to just turn around now? It's just a chop fest for all these pairs, though, bro. It really just shows, like, when market conditions aren't meant to be traded, there's really no trades. Like, as much as we want to force it, as much as we want to take a trade, like, yo, if market structure is not lining up, there's nothing to trade. But we'll see. The first video I watched on this channel was you in that pink hoodie, and it was so dark. Oh, the good days. My little Pink Panther hoodie. I still have it. It's somewhere in there. Somewhere in the closet. Not valid. Hmm. No. The wick closed, or the body closed right on the wick on Trade Locker. Hmm. Is it a high probable trade? It's really what it stems from. These exhaustion candles. I'ma let it go. Yeah, sometimes it's better to let shit go, especially if you're not 100% on it. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, this would be a trade like we just gotta babysit it. That's it. Like it's 10:30. You know, do we want to? It's just that shit. You just gotta. This is a trade where you take it. You gotta babysit it. There's no other way around it. Hmm. I literally just got home. Can't be annoyed, man. It's all good. The good thing is Friday, man. We got the rest of the weekend to just chill out, refocus, update our charts again, and then come back on Monday, man. That's the beauty about trading. If you don't see something, let it go. You don't gotta force it. Come back next week. I can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Let it go. Turn away and shut the door. Yeah. I'll show you a doji. Uh, Mine's like a little morning star. It's very unfortunate, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. These pairs are just moving. Damn, bro. Imagine that would have been a valid engulfing candle. Fuck me. Missing that top wick. Please show me a wick. A small one at least. Show me something. Damn, bro. That would have been such a fucking valid engulfing candle, too. Ain't shit, though. They're not making this one easy for us, man. The cold never bothered me anyway. Beep beep bing boom bing 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 bing. Funny how some distance. Dude, now I got that song stuck in my head because of you, bro. Fuck. Yeah, you. Man, some crazy ass volume just come in all of a sudden. What's going on here? Trying to induce us, man. Get in the trade. You got in this one? Nah, Muhammad. I'm just watching. I'm not. I'm not gonna take no trades for today. Chilling off of this right now. Yeah. Yeah. China, China, China. UJ, AJ. How about CHFJPY? You take that one too? Yeah. Okay. Okay, buddy. CAD JPY, CHF JPY, GBP JPY, USD JPY, Euro JPY. Fuck Euro. I'll show you some shorts. What the? What the fuck? Huh? I am. Yeah, somebody clip that. It's over with, man. Calling the police, man. You know that sounds very well. He said, ooh, ooh, yeah. Huh? Would never do that. Alright, stream, that's pretty much it for today. Any questions about any other pairs before we get off, let me know. If not, then we'll be done for the day, man. I'll give you guys another minute. 1 minute in the chat. Any questions, any other pairs you want me to go over, anything you want me to talk about, let me know. If not, we'll be live again this weekend for the weekly market breakdown. And then we'll be back again Monday morning for the live trading session to start off the week. Oh, man. Alright, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out. Who's back?